Hello, Andrew. 'Tis I, mamakaffy. Thank you so much for the invite to be on the podcast. However, due to unforeseen circumstances with red hair, I cannot be a part of that podcast. However, I hope you're having an amazing week, and I hope that your podcast is phenomenal. Thank you for duetting my video and singing harmonies with me, because we sound just like Wilson Phillips. And if we hold on for one more day, we may get signed to some record label. Maybe the people that signed the Kids Bop people. We might be a little too... Have we looked into the Kids Bop people? Like, Disney's all fucked up. Nickelodeon's got a bunch of sketchy shit going on. Let me tell you something. This is my grandchild, and he could be famous.
Janet, I can help you.
Yeah. I even seen somebody, and I thought that I saw a flicker of thought upon their little twinkly eyeballs that they thought anything other than pure professionality. I would take my grandchild by the arms, and I would swing him around 14 times and whoop the shit out of anybody that was in that room. That's just the way it is. Tupac sang about it, and so did Celine Dion Mustard. And that's the way it is.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache. You're the one that said, tell me why. Ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why. I never want to hear you say, I want it that way.
I hope y'all enjoyed that little cameo from Mama Calf, who was today's special guest speaker. Is what I'm going to call it. I've never done that before, so let's hope it edits well together. Anyway, back to past me. Welcome everybody to the podcast. I'm trying something a little different today. We are not live. What the math? We have a camera here. And normally I film on TikTok with the green screen, but I wanted to try filming here instead on just the regular camera to see how that goes. Now, let's just start the intro. Welcome everyone to the podcast. On today's podcast, we have a series of random topics to talk about. Let me start by saying this podcast is not for everyone at times, and not for minors. If you are rude or disrespectful in my comment section, you can find yourself blocked. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. And let's just vibe. In today's podcast, we have a list of things, and after we read through that list, this video is over. And so we're going to start with favorite cartoon. One of my favorite cartoons, is Family Guy. Okay, so Family Guy is funny to me because, one, I always got called Peter Griffin in school. You know, the Lois, or Chris. I got, close the door, I'm whacking my meat. You know, Chris. I can't believe I just said that out of my mouth. I might just beep that out. And I can't believe I just said that. Best person in my life, currently is gonna have to be my aunt. She's really helped me through a lot of stuff. 3 good features about me. I have a lot of good features. I consider my face a good feature because, it looks good in makeup. What else? Legs. I have good legs. And lips. I think I have good lips. So those are my good features. One of the worst musicals I've ever seen, and music-wise and visual-wise, is Phantom of the Opera. It is one of the most god-awful shows I have ever seen. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why Phantom of the Opera is one of my least favorite shows. And that's because the music in it is so, like, soprano, alto, that you can barely understand what they're saying. Like, they're telling a story, but you can't understand the story because there is, like, too much soprano and alto in the music. So it could do without the excessive soprano. I get it's an opera, but yeah, it's not one of my favorites because I can't understand anything they're saying. Let's see. One of my favorite musicals is Legally Blonde. It's at the top of my list. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I'm Brooke Wyndham. And now get out your cardio whip 3000, because if you want to get fit, you got to get whipped. I love Brooke Wyndham. She's one of my favorite characters in the show. And of course, Elle. Pink. Of course, we love a good Pink moment. One of my favorite TikTokers, I'm going to say Mama Calf. Mama Calf is one of my favorite TikTokers because she is just hilariously funny. And I know those words mean the same thing. Don't judge me. She's just so funny and out there, and I love her. I love how unapologetically original she is. Like, she just does her thing, doesn't give 2 fucks what anybody thinks. And she's met fucking Tammy. If that ain't something to brag about, I don't know what is. But, you know, I've had her on my podcast in the past, although we did it on TikTok, and it got bananaed before we got a chance to finish. So, you owe me, girl. You owe me a podcast. So this is the, this is just a test segment. I'm gonna say it's a test segment, but it's really just a regular podcast segment. But I wanted to see how I liked doing it like this, because I can then take it into CapCut and I can edit it. But yeah, last but not least, one of my favorite actresses is who are one of my favorite actresses? I gotta think, because this one's a hard one. I want to say Angelina Jolie, but she's the singer. The girl who played Katniss in Hunger Games. I like her, but one of my top favorite actresses is Laverne Cox, who plays the transgender woman in Orange is the New Black. She also plays Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror Picture film, the newer one, and she plays in a couple other shows. I've watched so many of her movies and shows. She is just a whole vibe. She is phenomenal. She's fabulous. She's wonderful. Now, I know we all love Halloween, and I know I'm ready for Halloween to come around. I'm ready for the dress up. But what is the best candy for, like, Easter, Halloween? I think every holiday, there's one good candy that everybody likes. Christmas, it's chocolate for me. It's chocolate-covered pretzels for Christmas. That's my favorite. For Halloween, one of my favorites is Reese Pieces cups, of course. And Easter, the jelly beans, of course. Jelly beans are my favorite for Easter. Like, every holiday, there is a different candy that is phenomenal. But one of the candies that is the best candy out of them all is Reese Pieces. Reese Peanut Butter Cup. My favorite sport, believe it or not, Andrew does have a favorite sport. One of my favorite sports is volleyball. I actually played volleyball for 4 years in high school, and it was so much fun. And I watch girls volleyball every once in a while when I see it on TV. So yes, volleyball is one of my favorite sports. Well, is my only favorite sport. Now I have a couple would you rather questions that I'm going to answer here. Would I rather live forever or have 3 lives like a video game? These 2 would you rather questions, I did them because they're tricky. Okay, I found them online. I did not pick them myself. So, would I rather live forever or have 3 lives like in a video game? I think it would be more of an adventure to have 3 lives like in a video game. But I also feel like living forever, there are benefits to that. Because I can see the future. I can see the future's future. And I can see, like, I can be around for my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, my great-great-great-grandchildren. Like, I think that would be cool. I'm going to say live forever, like that movie with Meryl Streep. Just maybe better looking. And no hole in my stomach. There's a hole in my stomach! Sorry. It's one of my favorite lines from that show. What would you do if you won the lottery? Answer this question down below. What would you do if you won the lottery? Let me know in the comment section what you would do if you won the lottery. Because I know if I won a lottery, I would buy cars for all my family members. I would buy a house for my mom and my siblings. I'd buy my aunt a little cottage that she didn't have to clean, that was accessible to her. I would give money to build some more homeless shelters around me for the homeless people to get off the street. I would hire people to work the homeless shelter 24/7. And I would buy all the equipment and rent the space I need to do my podcast. That's what I would do. All right. And finally, would I rather eat live worms or live beetles? I think I'm going to say worms because I feel like I could just slurp them down like spaghetti. So yeah, we're going to go with worms. Anyway, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make closing statements. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you check out the my last YouTube video. For those of you who are watching this on YouTube, make sure you go ahead and you check out my last YouTube video talking about the new QR code I came out with for my podcast. Yes, I now have a QR code. I'll show it to y'all. I have a video coming out, a shorts on YouTube, so stay tuned for that. And for those of you who are on TikTok, make sure you follow me. If you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. And as always, I love y'all. Y'all have an amazing and wonderful rest of your day, evening, night, wherever you're from. Love you, I love you, I love you. And I'll see you later. Bye.